folks, and welcome to The Bend Show, where the work ends and the fun begins. Your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck. That is me, and yes, I am back in the saddle again. Here joining me is my co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt, who, by the way, did a bang-up job last week while I was out on the road, or in the back country, as I might allude, or I should say.
Thank you very much.
By the way, before we get into my adventures, and thanks for letting me call in from off the road, I do want to hit up on what you had on the show last week to bring everyone back up to speed. If they did not hear about it, we are having one huge, epic contest giveaway.
Over $1,000 a gear.
Yes.
Over $1,000 a gear. If I said
you
that
had
right
a
now.
great conversation with Raylene Proto, who's the owner of Detelli Outdoors, and she orchestrated a giveaway like no other.
This is unbelievable with the sponsors and the gear, and the list goes on and on.
I mean,
and on
listen to
cool
this.
Stuff.
I mean, you're getting clothing gear from Detelli Outdoors, optics from Alpin Optics, Squatch Survival Packs. Those packs are like $400 packs, by the way.
I want one.
A Sure Can. Next Ridge Apparel has thrown clothes in. Hogue Knives. Kaylee Culture is throwing in her probiotic water. I mean, there's so many things on this list that you please head to thebendshow.com to find out the rules and regulations. And if you are taking any pictures of your adventures or what you might be doing outdoors in the fun, and it doesn't have to be something new, it could be just getting outside.
It doesn't have to be a selfie, right? It can just be.
It could be a picture of the beautiful
garden.
mountain, the flowers that you just planted. You know, the kids are throwing a pole in, throwing a line in the dam.
Don't throw the pole in. Just throw the lure in.
Just
Hang on
make
to the pole.
sure to tag us at The Bend Show and at Detelli Outdoors. Tag us in your social media posts, and you are automatically entered into the contest. So stay tuned. We can't wait to see your pictures, and we will be sharing them on social media as the contest rolls on. Now, back to, as I said earlier, thanks, Tigger, for holding the reins and letting me call in from the field. That was a new challenge for us, but a lot of fun. Tigger and I had quite a busy weekend last weekend. He was busy with a rodeo.
One of us was working.
He had rodeo action.
One of us was not working.
I call it work keeping the family together. Okay.
Well, I mean, everything that happened with your adventure, I will give you credit.
So what happened is my family, which was my mom, Lois, and my brother, Adam, and his wife, Paula, and their sons, we packed up the stock trailer, took our ranch horses, and headed into the back country. My mom has always wanted to see where Adam and I go elk hunting, and has always made the comment she'd like to ride our own ranch horses out there where we go every year. And so that's what we did. We packed everything up and took her out west into the backcountry, and it was a lot of fun. But we did not expect to encounter what we did. And I'm not talking grizzly bears, although we were in grizzly country. It was the weather we were not prepared for. My brother and I have been out to this area many a times over the years, but it's always during elk hunting season and not early June.
So what you're saying is you did not have.
We were not prepared for snow on the ground.
Even I wasn't.
You were surprised when you saw my text messages.
I was surprised.
Going, oh my. But the person that was prepared was our mother. She had her Carhartts with. Carhartt, not a sponsor yet. Along with her snow boots and such. And come to find out, she had hid them thinking that us children would have made fun of her for doing so. But regardless, we had a terrific time. It didn't matter if we got snowed on, rained on, had to move our campsite a couple of times. It was a great trip all around. Summer is here, which also means enjoying that backyard and getting into the gardening. Yes, that's something Tigger and I both enjoy, is gardening. Flowers to plants, whatever it might be. But I was thinking about how to help you all.
I like growing something other than debt.
Oh my God. Good one. Okay. Well, these are some ideas on how to make your backyard a little more kid-friendly. We don't have kids, but still, you never know.
Put up an electric fence.
Oh my gosh. You never know who might be coming to visit, whether you're the grandparents or you have kids of your own, or you're a crazy aunt and uncle like Tigger and I. Well, here's one idea. Install a toy bench in the backyard. Now you're thinking, a toy bench? You know those wooden benches that sometimes you store your hats, your mittens, your gloves?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
put one of those into your backyard landscaping. Then that way, if you do have some toys, like we have some footballs and frisbees and things that we keep around for when our nieces and nephews come by,
That's a great
they
idea.
can keep stored right there. They're ready to go. The kids can access them
Some
easily.
toys or little shovels.
And then at the same time, the bench can work as extra seating, as you're entertaining people such as that. You have existing
That's a great
seating.
idea.
There you go.
Great idea.
Okay. Other idea, though, is when you're planting on the ground, you're thinking about the kids. What kind of plants can we use that are kid-friendly? Well, think about using things like creeping thyme, soapwort, or creeping phlox. Those are some plants.
What?
Other idea, which I
like
have used in the
potatoes.
past.
Oh
my gosh.
I have no idea.
We're not going through oh my gosh.
Corn. I don't know.
Yes, we are
Carrots?
good at growing corn and
Peppers?
potatoes outside of debt. All right, these are some plants that I've had good luck with as well, and they are for repelling insects.
Oh.
So in case you haven't tried these, I recommend using lavender, basil, thyme, mint. Lemongrass is one of my favorites because it also grows up really pretty in a pot. And then otherwise, you've seen the citronella geranium plants or marigolds. If you're looking for a little bit of color, that adds to the yellows. Tigger's hands in the air again.
So you've gardened in different areas of the country. I know that.
Yes.
Are what you're saying works in multiple different climates?
Correct.
Of your experience? Okay.
The only one, though, all right, I will say some of these are not quite as drought resistant as others.
Gotcha.
So that's where the marigolds are great all around.
Gotcha.
They're very drought resistant, and they will help with those insects that like to bite and hurt.
Oh, so we're trying to keep the mosquitoes away and
You
ticks.
got it. You got it.
Pull the grass up and plant everything to that.
Okay, the only other idea I can also offer is if you are building a kid-friendly area is to watch the turf or, the area the kids are running on so they aren't getting such scraped knees. You don't want to have a lot of big rocks.
So you're talking, we shouldn't have them out on the cement is what you're saying?
Thank you. Yes.
Sorry,
yes.
Reese.
Exactly. So if you have some areas and drought isn't a problem where you're at and grass just isn't going to work out, consider using mulch or pea gravel, items like that. We're having a lot of fun this week, everyone. Stay where you are. We have more of The Bend right after this. This is Beck. First, I appreciate all of you for listening and making The Bend part of your week. Many of you have asked, how do I catch past episodes? The answer is super easy. Head to thebendshow.com and click on the Shows tab. There you can listen to every episode all the way back to episode 1. Podcasters, head to your favorite podcasting app and search The Bend. You'll find us. Be sure to follow and subscribe and never miss another episode again.
Our shows, well, they're your shows. Is there something that you'd like to hear? A segment, perhaps, that you would like to have a little more often? Like something, don't like something, it doesn't matter. Let us know. Call the hotline, email us, or message us on social media. We love hearing from y'all. Want to add just a little bit of spice to your event, your customer appreciation supper, your banquet, your meeting?
Oh, yeah.
Well, bring in us. Beck and I as your keynote speakers, hosts, MCs, a host couple. We'll make them laugh, even cry tears of joy. Call us today.
Waterfowl, turkey, deer, ToxicCalls.com offers all of the various styles of calls needed to take your hunt to the next level when you create quite simply the most real sound yet. American made to boot. Order today, ToxicCalls.com.
Do you want to promote your product or your event? You want to get in front of the right audience? You want to make your business grow, take it to the next level. You know you need more, and that's where Beck and I come in. We can help. Drop us a message and find out more today.
Welcome back, folks. With Father's Day just around the bend, yes, I did just do that, I figured there's no one better to reach out to than a friend of the show, father, and a guy that might just have a thought or two to share with y'all when thinking about gift giving for the upcoming Father's Day holiday. Joining us is Sean McCoy, the creator of Mickey's Mustard. It's so good, by the way. Heck, that's a gift right there. Sean, when we talk about the men in our lives and what continues to be kind of a consistent good gift, it doesn't matter what type of year or when it is, Would you say sticking to barbecuing and good gift ideas to think about buying somebody?
Yeah, you got to remember, you're dealing with men. Our brains just really, are simple, very, very simple. We're not too complicated.
Are you
Food?
saying us women are complicated?
No, no. No, men have three
Oh.
buttons. Women have if you look at something at the NASA Space Center, it's probably what you have for women.
All right,
So
I am not going to allow you and Tigger to gang up against me. I will make sure the missus on your side is online
no,
here with me. This could
don't
be
get me
fun.
wrong. I am not saying that is a bad thing. I'm just saying guys have three buttons, and we are programmed that way. Guys are very simple. So if you're looking for that Father's Day stuff, it's uh, a nice tomahawk steak or a
Okay,
rack
that's
of
a great
ribs.
idea. There you go. Buy
Yeah,
maybe some of those expensive cuts that they usually wouldn't splurge on to
yes.
go and actually cook and grill, and maybe kind of encourage them to get into their side of their
Inner
flair
caveman.
of yes.
Inner
Oh, I
caveman.
like that. The inner caveman. Perfect.
Yeah.
So
Fire
bring
good.
home that porterhouse or whatever it might be, but bring home some of those. I like the idea of the tomahawk steak because that might be something I got to do for Tigger because he's always hinting he'd like to try grilling a tomahawk.
Try and that's a trick all on its own just because they're so thick and everything. And I would suggest the reverse searing, but it's the tomahawk's great. You got to remember beer, wood, and fire and meat. That's four things. And a guy will love that. I mean, we're that simple. Oh, give me beer, give me fire, throw on meat. you know.
Well,
It's all
thank
good.
you. Thank you. Yes, I think you just summed it up perfectly, and we're going to let it go like that, everybody. And we're going to just repeat what he said. Four things. Four things. That's all we got to keep in mind this holiday or this summer, anytime we want to impress our man.
We are simple creatures. Good alcohol, good food, good conversation. We're good to go. And good conversation is talking. This is when all the fish stories come out, and I got one bigger than this. I caught a huge fish. It's all in a camera angle.
Okay, Tigger, I'm going to bring you in on this too, as he's talking about the camera angles.
So what are you implying?
You
How many camera angles are on me? Is that what you're implying?
Oh my gosh. Okay, but I do have to kind of say another idea thinking outside here as we're talking. Sean had said, alcohol.
I totally agree.
Good cuts of meat.
Totally
our inner
agree.
caveman. What else?
Sean is spot on.
You know where I'm going with this is what we got your dad for Father's Day, which is what other item do the men love to have control of? And sadly, in your case, your dad's case, he doesn't have control of.
We're gonna make
but
Dad
we're gonna
happy,
fix this.
and we're gonna make
Joey's
Mom,
gonna hate us.
Yep, my mom is not gonna be happy. We got him his own remote because when my folks retired, Mama, she controls the
She
TV.
took over. She was like, it is
over.
now her time.
And it is legit. I mean, she has the little caddy beside her chair where the remote controls go.
She has note cards to describe what each button does on said remote for each device, and no one is allowed to touch those,
And
especially
she made
Mark.
it very clear. And she is 100% German in our family. We're
Now everybody's wondering how do Tigger and I get along when we're both German and Catholic.
Oh my
Cat's
gosh.
out of the box on that one.
By the grace of the Lord. So, I mean, my mom gets feisty about these things, and she let us know.
She gets the most feistiest about the remote.
Yep, that father will not be handling that whatsoever. So, as kind of to gig my mom a little bit, we got Dad his own remote control for the TV and for Dish Network. So could you imagine being a fly on the wall? And we're going to try to get Dad in on this, that he'll maybe be in the kitchen and he'll change channels, and Mom, she is going to lose her mind.
You do know it'll be the next thing we do after this, don't you?
No. What?
your folks have the big bay window, we will be getting our own remote.
Oh, that's genius.
I mean, we already back on Halloween, just to bring everyone up to speed. Halloween, we covered their yard with over 40-some pumpkins.
We're terrible. We love practical joking, everybody.
Then came Christmas. We lit up their front yard with homemade Christmas trees.
Which was very neat, though, by the way.
It was.
And the police officer that pulled us over for speeding
let us off the hook.
Let us off because we decorated for Mom and Dad. I mean, granted, we're getting off track here with Father's Day.
To Father's Day, yes. Mark's going to be receiving his own remote control, and we will be seeing if we are invited to any more Sunday suppers.
We need to record this thing. Put it on Facebook. Maybe, depending upon the adjectives my mom uses to describe said action.
All right, everybody, stay where you are. We're going to make our final bend right after this and come up with a few more gift ideas to help you out in case the remote control isn't the route you want to go.
Here is how we are changing things up on the bend. The fruits of our labors to the frying pan. We put those recipes to the test. Now, over the next few months, we're going to be testing out your submissions. Will we survive? Tune in next week.
The calendar has been marked, your aim is on point, and all that's missing is the clothes to take you to the next level. TheTellyOutdoors.com specializes in clothes that fit, wicks, and move silently while providing comfort and durability. TheTellyOutdoors.com.
OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org, a nonprofit providing veterans and active service members with opportunities to hunt and fish at no cost to them. For more information or to donate, check out OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org.
Again, that's OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org.
It's super easy to get a hold of Beck, and we want to hear any story that you may have or just what's happening around your bend. 305-900-2363. That's the hotline. Leave a message. Send a text. 305-900-2363.
Little Rack Taxidermy. Be it a youth's first hunt or a trophy of a lifetime, let it be something you always remember.
Reach out to Little Rack Taxidermy on Facebook and have Heather bring back that natural look. That's Little Rack Taxidermy.
Add a little heat to those burgers and brats. Add some Mickey's mustard or some Mickey's hot mustard to your summer cooking. Ain't nothing like it. Mickey's mustard. That's MICKEYSMUSTARD.com. Mickey's mustard.
Welcome back, folks. As we mentioned before the break, we're going to help y'all out with some Father's Day gifts. And I came up with quite a handy list. I'm kind of proud of this list, by the way, Tigger.
Share with me.
Well, after my great excursion and adventure in the mountains, the first thing I put on my list was a torch lighter. I'm talking about the pocket size torch lighter versus your regular, cigarette lighter.
So did something happen in said mountains that I am only finding about right now?
Well,
that
I
you're
did
saying?
allude to that. We had snow and rain on the mountain.
I packed you a fire. Stop here. Hold on. Now I packed you a fire kit. You had your fire kit.
Again, I'm just going to say I was very, very excited when my 12-year-old nephew, Hank, came running out of the tent with a little mini torch lighter.
I had everything you needed.
So there you go.
I had everything you needed.
Here's another one that I just found recently, and I should almost make Tigger, close your ears for this one. You don't need to know about this one. This might be a good stocking stuffer. The Geeky multi-tool. Yes, you heard me say that. The Geeky multi-tool. What it is a key-shaped pocket tool for your keychain. It even looks like a key.
I want one.
But it is a bottle opener, screwdriver, ruler, wrench, bit driver, file, bike spoke, key, and it's TSA friendly.
I was just going to ask if it's something that you can clip on the outside of your carry-on bag or your backpack when you're
looks just
flying.
like a house key, but it can do all of the above.
I want every
and
version
get this,
of them.
it's under $20.
Did you get me one?
Next item for your fisherman, although he may have this or may not,
I don't have
a
it.
new fillet knife. I know I love mine. I have a Rapala Fish and Fillet 7-inch knife. I recommend it for everyone. And you know what? It's even handy in the kitchen. A lot of us are trying to incorporate a lot more fish into our diets. I recommend a new fillet knife. Tigger has his hand up in the air.
I just want to add to that because I think the recommendation of a fillet knife is fantastic. Ask your loved one what type of fillet knife, maybe allude to it that they would like, because maybe they would like a smaller one for the panfish. Maybe they like to have a bigger fillet knife, or maybe a particular brand or something that they're looking for.
Okay, that's a pretty good idea.
Because your idea is fantastic. Wink, wink back. Are you catching on? I would like a new one too, but we can talk off air of what I would like, the specific one.
Okay, off
air.
And
that key thing is genius.
To spin off of what Sean McCoy said earlier, dealing with our inner caveman, I'm going to repeat what he said about...
He's kind of a caveman anyway.
We love you, Sean. Okay, splurge on those expensive meat cuts. The idea of getting those tomahawk
They're all expensive
steaks.
Meat cuts right
well,
now.
they all are.
They
all are. That's true. But I know, Tigger, you're for one, when he brought up the tomahawk steaks, your ears perked up like I've
been wanting to make one.
So there you go. If you've been looking for the reason or why to buy something out of the ordinary and give it a try for your man, this would be a great time for a Father's Day gift.
And don't cut corners to the quality of meat that you are buying. That is the trick to making a good steak or anything like that, whatever you're preparing. Get a good quality meat to start out with, and then you are guaranteed to have something phenomenal at the end.
One other thing I'm going to say off of that as well is if you do have questions when you're at the butcher shop, ask them. They are full of all kinds of knowledge, down to even how long you should maybe let the steaks rest once you pull them off the grill.
I had a hard time with that, didn't I? Because I just wanted to go crazy into the steak.
Yes, or having that patience to think ahead to, have them sit out on the counter long enough so that they are ready for the grill.
Correct, yeah.
But go ahead and splurge. It's a great time. And if you want to make it extra special, do a surf and turf. Grab a little lobster while you're out too. Steak and lobster, surf and turf. You know where I'm going. Tigger is staring at me right now going, I am starved.
I'm salivating. It's working. It's absolutely working. Thanks, Sean, for doing that.
If your father is also a smoker king, here's another great idea. Grab some different flavors of wood chips, an assortment of different flavors for him to give it a try. There's mesquite, cherry, hickory, apple. Get him something like that where
Sean's big into smoking.
He's
too,
huge into smoking.
That's his deal.
And I know that there's a lot to smoking on using the right kind of wood chips for what you're trying to go for in the kind of meat you're using.
Great idea.
Cooking. There you go. Idea. This last idea is one that Tigger and I both use at home, and we recently got your father one as a gift too, and that is...
the remote we already talked about.
The Sure-Can.
Oh, the Sure-Can. That makes sense.
I know we're giving one away in this big contest that we're doing, but on top of that, outside thoughts, we have to say from a, if we were to do our own product review of it, the Sure-Can.
Awesome.
Game changer.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's so much of a game changer that Tigger and I, the last time we filled the lawnmower and we ran out of gas that was in the Sure-Can we were using. By the way, it is a fuel can that you fill up, and
easiest to use ever.
It stops all that messy problems with getting gas everywhere. And
we took another gas can, poured it into the Sure-Can, and then poured it into the lawnmower.
And then we decided that everybody, their gift moving forward from us is probably going to be receiving a Sure-Can.
Yep, my brother-in-laws, everybody. And my brother-in-laws, your brothers, they're all getting a Sure-Can. Merry Christmas. Happy Father's Day, everyone, by the way.
So there you have it, folks. Our take on Father's Day. We hope we've helped you out a lot and kept it within your budget too. So folks, if you have other field updates in the future that you want to let us know about, other topics we should investigate, products that you'd like us to give a whirl at, or a recipe and a tale of your own to share, send it this way. Call, text 305-900-BEN. That is 305-900-2363. Email bendradioshow@gmail.com. Social media, we are everywhere. Facebook and Instagram. Follow @The Ben Show. Thank you to my producer and sound engineer, co-host Jeff Tigger Erhardt, to Sean McCoy from Mickey's Mustard for stepping in. Always love visiting with that man. Remember, we have the huge contest. huge giveaways. We're talking over $1,000 in gear. So people get snapping, take pictures, enjoying summer, trying something new in the outdoors, or on a new adventure. We want to see it. So be sure to tag at The Ben Show as well as at Detelli Outdoors on all of your social media posts. As y'all keep making those memories, be sure to keep sending us in those pictures as we just said. You can email them too and keep tagging us. Hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, to ranching, farming, to your rural way of life. We want to see it all. It'll all get entered in the contest.
To Did My Dad Survive Father's
Oh my
Day?
gosh. We want to see and hear those memorable moments like Tigger just mentioned. If you missed this episode, find all our shows on the website, thebenshow.com, and be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app. Booking events now. Change things up and have us, Beck and Tigger, help you with your event. MCs to entertainment to acting as the host couple. Let us make your gathering extra special. Thank you to our partners, Detelli Outdoors, Shurcan, Little Rack Taxidermy, Mickey's Mustard, ToxicCalls.com, Wabalo Creek Outfitters, Ranch House Coffee, RFD TV, and the Cowboy Channel. Finally, a big thanks to all of you listeners out there that came along. And whether you're coming or going today, stay with us as we ranch it up. Remember to keep up with me, Beck, all week long by following The Bend on Facebook and on Instagram at The Bend Show. This is Rebecca Wanner. Catch Beck if you can next week on The Bend.